One of the most common things that you'll hear ski instructors say, besides pizza, is to get forward. But what does that even mean? And how do we do it? Today, we are going to explore one of the most important things in skiing, your stance. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Travis. I am a PSIA Level 2 Alpine ski instructor and an apprentice ski guide. In this video, we are going to explore a skier's stance, how that stance is used to help you stay balanced while you are skiing and to be more effective with using your skis. Without a good stance, you will feel unbalanced and probably out of control while you are skiing. And you will probably wear your legs out well before lunchtime. And a skier's stance is the foundation of all the other skiing that they will be doing. And so this is something that I work on with all of my students and that I am constantly trying to work on myself. And make sure you stick around to the end where I will show you some drills to help you work on your stance. If you found this video helpful and you would like some personalized instruction, you can get more information from my website, which is linked down in the description below. All right, you're probably wondering, why are we inside? We're talking about skiing. We can start working on our stance for skiing here at home. If you watch any sport, you will notice one thing in common between all the players, and that is that they all have what we would call an athletic stance. An athletic stance allows us to take advantage of our full range of motion, to keep our balance, and to be able to move quickly when needed. We're going to start off with an experiment that you can do at home to kind of see the difference between an unathletic stance and an athletic stance. So go ahead, stand there. Don't bend your joints too much. Keep your weight back on your heels, and now jump. Don't worry, I'll wait. That probably wasn't that easy, was it? Now what I want you to do is I want you to flex your ankles, which would bring your knees forward and make them bend naturally. Bend at the hips a little bit, like this. All right. And try to get more of your weight towards the ball of your foot. Now jump. You probably found that it was way easier to jump and land when you're in that athletic stance. Because that athletic stance is what allows us so much more mobility. And when we're skiing, we want to be in an athletic stance as much as possible. This will help us stay in balance and also allow us to move with our skis. Because you can imagine, as our skis start moving down the hill, if we don't move with them, they will continue to accelerate without our body. And skiing in a poor stance is a surefire way for you to fall down and or hurt yourself or someone else. All right, so now we're ready to look at what a good stance is and how to get into it. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of loosen my body up. You don't want to be too tense when you're getting into your stance or when you're skiing, because that'll just wear you out. So kind of relax everything, kind of move my ankles back and forth a little bit, and then I'm going to flex my ankle like that, moving my knees forward. And that's one of the most important things. Next, my knee, I'm going to bend it slightly, as well as my hips. When I am in a good stance with my joints flexed appropriately, my lower leg and my back should be somewhat parallel. So when I'm in a stance like this, you should see a lightning bolt kind of shape from the side. And then the final thing, hands out in front, pole tips back, eyes looking up, not down here. And that is a good stance. One thing that this stance does for us is it allows us to move. Just like when we were exploring the athletic stance earlier, this allows us to move all of our joints and have a range of motion. So from here, I can get low, I can get big, I can lift one leg, lift the other, I can hop, but I have movement in all of my joints. With the three joints, our ankles, knees, and hips in our legs, the most important joint to focus on for a good stance is our ankle. Our ankle is able to move our center of mass, which is generally around a person's middle, forwards and backwards with the least amount of movement at the joint. So just a little bit of movement at my ankle can move my body quite a ways. If I don't have my ankle in the right place,
While I'm skiing, if I have it open like this, my center of mass is now behind my feet instead of over my feet. We've seen what a good stance looks like and the importance of it. Now let's look at some drills to help us get into that good stance and maintain it throughout when we're skiing. One of the first I like to do is hopping. And so I'm going to start by doing this without my skis on. I'm just going to try to get into a nice stance and then maybe flex into it a little bit and try to hop up. And when I land, I want to take note of that position. That is generally a really good athletic position for us to be in throughout our turn. So after I've done it without my skis, we'll put our skis on and we'll do it again. So get in the stance, hop, and land. And ideally, our skis are parallel to the snow surface. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do this in between each turn as we go down the slope. So for these next couple drills, I'm going to choose a slope that's a little bit more mellow than what I normally ski. Here we're on a green slope. So this first drill that we're going to do is we're going to unbuckle the cuff of our boot. And this is going to allow a bigger range of motion in my ankles, as you can see. I'm not going to have the cuff of the boot to rely on for my stability. Here I'm going to be forced to feel the bottom of my foot while I'm skiing and sense where that pressure is going to create my turns. So I'm just going to go ski with my boots unbuckled. You'll probably notice that you're not able to do like big carved turns as easily, and that's okay. We're just trying to feel that pressure on our foot as we're skiing. This next drill is going to look at activating my ankles as I ski, just to kind of help me feel like how I use them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be shuffling my skis just like this as I'm making turns down the slope. This thing can be kind of awkward at first, so if you have trouble doing it throughout the whole turn, try to do it at least at the beginning and the end of the turns. So that drill is going to help you just find a good balance point throughout your foot and be able to move that weight forwards and back on the feet. Once you've done it with the cuffs unbuckled, I suggest buckling them back up and trying it again, but just on a slightly steeper slope. You'll notice that you have less ankle movement, but you're still able to achieve the same thing as you're going. So as we've seen, being able to flex and extend the joints in our legs helps us control where our center of mass is in relation to our skis. Now, I have two ways of doing that. I can move my center of mass over my skis like this, or I can move the skis under my center of mass by sucking them back or pulling them forward. And that's what we're going to be doing on this next drill. So as we go through our turn, we'll slowly bring the skis forward just a little bit to where we have a nice neutral stance with the pressure on the bottom of our foot. And then at the beginning of the turn, we're going to suck the skis back at initiation. Forward, suck them back at initiation. It's a pretty subtle move, but allows you to pressure the front of the ski at the start of your turn, which will help the ski engage and bend throughout the rest of the turn. So I hope this video has helped you with your stance in finding a better balanced position while you are skiing. And if you like this video, make sure you check out my other videos that deal with skiing. Here we're on a green slope, just because I'm not going to be able to get the same performance out of... Oh, what was it that I was going to say next? Dang it. Okay, let's try that again. All right. That's the second time I almost got hit by a snowboarder today.